Hello and welcome back to Gameweek 5 Championship predictions for the upcoming weekend. We've got some big games: Charlton, Millwall, Southampton, Portsmouth. Some good derbies in there, some good games at 12:30 as well. So yeah, let's just dive straight into my predictions for the Gameweek 5 Championship predictions. So we start on Friday night then as Ipswich Town take on Sheffield United at Portman Road. Two sides that have started the season really poorly. It has to be said, Ipswich Town down with only 3 points this season. Not a win yet so far. Down in 20th spot. 3 draws and 1 loss, of course. 4 losses in a row for Sheffield United. They'll be looking to do a little bit better in this one, it has to be said. Looking to respond a little bit better as well. Last time these sides did play was a 1-1 draw at Ipswich, 2-0 win at home for Sheffield United. These sides do love a draw at Portman Road. I am probably going to see it. A lot of injuries for Ipswich: Smodics, Burns, Clark, Townsend, Humphreys as well, Shackleton and Tom Davies and Armblaster all out for Sheffield United as well. I'm going to back a 1-1 draw in this one between these two. I think it'll be a fairly tight affair on Friday night, back from the international break. So yeah, I'm back in Ipswich 1, Sheffield United 1 in this one. Into Saturday's fixtures we go, and we start with the 12:30 kickoffs as we always do, and it's Charlton taking on Millwall. Of course, bit of a local derby. I'm sure the Millwall fans will kick off at this one. Robert Madley refereeing this one. Charlton have been on a horrible run since that opening day victory over Watford. Drawing away Bristol City, not a bad result, losing at home to Leicester and then losing in Cambridge and in the Cup, and then Charlton as well. In there, last time these sides have played was a 1-0 win for Millwall back in July 2020 and a 2-1 win for Millwall over Charlton. In that respect, Millwall still have pretty good record over Charlton anyway. 12th against 16th, Charlton with 4 points, Millwall with 6 points. No doubting a lot of injuries for Millwall could be hence why they're struggling no small way. Who I think did sign on deadline day, Aziz as well. Problems all round there. I am going to back a Millwall away win just because they have a good record against their local rivals Charlton, and that is what I'm going to back. I'm going to back a 1-0 Millwall away win in this one, and then to kickstart another campaign to maybe push towards the playoffs under Alex Neil. So yeah, Millwall to beat Charlton in Game Week 5 here by 1-0. Oxford-Leicester also takes place at 12:30, as does Preston Middlesbrough. We'll move on to that shortly. Oxford, decent draw, a decent point last time out against Coventry City. Is this going to be the spark for Oxford United in their season now? Decent draw at home to Coventry. Did lose 6-0 to Brighton in the Cup, but they were in that game. Surprisingly, same amount of shots as Brighton, just got really unlucky, and the quality of Brighton show. Leicester, very good win over Birmingham City last time out for Tawi. Still at Leicester, so they should be definitely promotion hot takes or candidates. Definitely not playoff candidates anymore. Never played in the league. These two sides, they have played in friendlies, which was back in 2016. On the 19th of July, which didn't really matter. 4th for Leicester at the moment. Oxford only 1 point down in 22nd in the bottom 3 at the moment. I am going to back Leicester City and Marti Cifuentes. This I think will be too comfortable for the Foxes in this one, and I think Leicester will win this by 2-1. I think Oxford might put up a bit of a fight. Leicester still don't look great. I think they're still lacking, I think, in the forward options. But yeah, Leicester to win this by 2-1 over Oxford in this one. And into the final 12:30 kickoff, and it's Preston taking on Middlesbrough. Very good start for both of these sides. Paul Heckingbottom's side currently sit in 9th in the table. Middlesbrough have gone 4 from 4 and currently sit on 12 points, winning every game into the international break and top the championship as a result. Preston did meet Middlesbrough earlier on in the year on the 25th of January. Nice 2-1 win for Preston. 1-1 draw back in September 2024, of course. Head-to-head records at Preston has been pretty even, although Preston have won 5 of these games and 3 have been a win for Middlesbrough and 2 for a draw. No Potts in this one, no Bangura, either no McGree. A few injuries stoking the Preston side, Middlesbrough side. Sorry, Preston did lose back to it against. They did lose at Portsmouth before the international break. Very tough place to go is Fratton Park. Sheffield United was a nice home win for Middlesbrough, and they did beat Norwich away in there as well. I am gonna back Preston in this one. May surprise a few people, but I'm gonna back Preston to win this by 2-1 over Middlesbrough in this one. I think it'd be tight, but I think Preston will get over the line in this one and beat Middlesbrough by 2-1. Into the 3 o'clock as we go, and its first one is Coventry taking on Norwich. A bit of a blockbuster clash at 3 o'clock, you would have to say. Coventry, definitely the goal scorers of the championships so far, scoring 5 against Derby, 7 against QPR, and then losing away to Millwall and drawing at Oxford, of course. So not brilliant last 2 games for Frank Lampard's side to be looking to bounce back. Norwich did beat Blackburn away. Very good away win for them. They lost to Southampton in the cup. That won't really bother them and Liam Manning's side. Coventry currently sit 5th. Norwich sit in 11th. Home, Coventry have never won a head-to-head against Norwich City in their 14 times of playing each other. I think they might be looking to break that rot today, or on Saturday, sorry, whenever you're watching this. Norwich have won this quite convincingly on a few occasions. 1-0 away win last season in about a similar time. This one's in August. Yeah, I'm actually going to back Coventry in this one to get over the line. No, Norwich have the head-to-head record, but backing Coventry to win this by 2-1 at home. Frank Lampard's side will finally beat Norwich City in their head-to-heads. I'm sure they have beaten them, but FootMob doesn't have the data for that far back. Unfortunately, see you back in Coventry to win this by 2-1 over Norwich City in this one. Sheffield Wednesday take on Bristol City. Sheffield Wednesday have been okay a bit. They haven't been exactly the best, it has to be said, but that's due to the ownership issues and off the pitch issues. But yeah, they did put a spirited performance in against Leicester. They did draw against Wrexham. Very good fighting spirit in that one to come back from 2 goals down at the racecourse. It's never easy against Wrexham. Is it head-to-head? Briefly, actually, we'll talk on Bristol City beating Hull 4-2 last time out. Very good win for Gerhard Struber's side. They're currently 6th in the championship. Not bad for them. 1-2 drawn to haven't lost a game yet. Decent record for Sheffield Wednesday. They do have a good record at home against Bristol City. It was a 2-2 draw here last year under Danny Röhl. 0-0 draw back at Thrashton Gate, of course, in October. This one going to be one-way traffic, unfortunately. I'm back in Bristol City for a nice 2-0 away win over Sheffield Wednesday. And this one's quite easy to back against Sheffield Wednesday. But yeah, back in Bristol City to win this by 2-0 over Sheffield Wednesday, unfortunately. But yeah, Sheffield Wednesday can't really do much with all the off-the-pitch issues. So 2-0 to Bristol City in this one. Now to the Bet365 as Stoke take on my team, Birmingham. Horrible performance from us prior to the international break, losing 2-0 away at Leicester. Never great. Losing to Port Vale in the cup, back-to-back losses technically for us, back-to-back losses for Stoke as well, as they lost to Bradford in the cup. That both sides be looking to respond after Port ends to the first set of fixtures before the international break. Stoke did beat Southampton, very good away win for Stoke City in that one. Birmingham do have quite a good record at the Bet365, winning 3 times, drawing 2 times, and only losing them once. According to this data, injuries, not any injuries. Stansfield might not play with an ankle injury. No, Scott Wright, of course, no Lee Buchanan due to what happened last season in December. Sam Gallagher will be out, so we'll see for Stoke. I am going to back the away side in this one. I'm going to back Birmingham City. I'm going to back them for a nice 2-1 away victory in this one over Stoke in this one. And Birmingham to beat Stoke quite convincingly, I have to say. 2-1 in this one. Kyogo surely has to get firing for Birmingham. Swansea take on Hull then at the Swansea.com stadium. Swansea having a very, very good start under new boss Alan Sheehan, of course. Young coach, as we know. A lot of injuries for Hull at the moment might prove them to be a little bit playerless, or a lot of their key players missing. Still do okay, currently 17th in the championship at the moment. Not great, not amazing. Swansea sit in 7th, just outside those playoff spots, a point off Coventry and Bristol City. Last time these sides did play, it was a 1-0 home win for Swansea on Good Friday back in December. Hull City won it at their place. Swansea haven't lost at home to Hull since 2010, I believe. That's a pretty good record for them. I think the Swans will get over the line in this one. I'm going to back them for a nice 1-0 scrappy home win for the Swans in this one. I think they'll just get over the line in this one over Hull City, and back in Swansea to win this by 2. Got 1-0, not 2 goals to 1. 1-0 over Hull in this one. So Swans to win this. Watford take on Blackburn at Vicarage Road. Pretty big game this, towards the foot of the table. Although, actually, why am I saying the foot of the table? Watford are in 14th. I think I said this last time. Sorry, Watford fans. 14th place for you, 5 points so far. Blackburn already on 3, just outside the bottom 3, same points as Ipswich. Only won the 1 so far, lost to 3. Of course, very unlucky to lose at Birmingham as well, at home to Birmingham as well. Bit of even on the head-to-heads. Usually Watford get over the line, but they have lost in August 2023. Which was a 1-0 win for Blackburn. Yeah, Blackburn have only won here once. Watford should get over the line in this one, but Paolo Pezzolano, you never know what you're gonna get. No loser for them, and McLaughlin for Blackburn, as they both on 10 men. No check for Tadze, their main key man, you'd have to say. Good draw against Southampton. They did ride their luck in that game a little bit, so they'll be looking to do it a little bit better in this one. I'm going to back a Watford home win. I'm going to go for a nice 2-0 home Watford win in this one at Vicarage Road. Get the place rocking again. And yeah, Watford to win this, and Paolo Pezzolano will survive another game as Watford head coach as they won't sack him. But yeah, back in Watford to win this 2-0 over Blackburn. West Brom take on Derby at the Hawthorns then. West Brom, very good start under Ryan Mason. Of course, they'll be looking to strengthen in all areas through the season. Very underrated coach Ryan Mason so far this season, including me. I had a doubt over him when he started the raid at West Brom. They take on a John Eustace and Derby side that haven't had the best starts, only 2 points this season. Very unlucky not to win at Ipswich away, conceding that last 90 plus something minute, 60th minute penalty or whatever it was. They have already played in the Cup this season, was a 1-1 draw, and Derby County did win on penalties. Kind of game Derby would like to win, you would imagine. They are struggling for injuries. They know Blackett, Taylor, no Nelson, no Beck, no Ekebam, Oda and DK are out injured. Yeah, not really a lot to say. Very good start for West Brom. I think they'll be looking to continue that. I am going to back the Baggies in this one to win this by 2-0 over Derby, and yeah, win this quite convincingly, I have to say. So yeah, West Brom to win this by 2-0 over Derby in this one. Penultimate game of the match week, and it is Wrexham taking on QPR. Good couple of wins for Wrexham in the Carabao Cup and League respectively, beating Preston by 3-2 and beating Millwall 2-0 away from home. QPR did beat Charlton by 3-1, but then have had a honking away from losing to Plymouth, Watford and Coventry all in that sequence. Yeah, this one's at the racecourse Bedspeed. The ref don't know much about him, but I imagine he's shit because all the refs in the championship are shite. 15th to 18th is separated by Wrexham and QPR, of course, with Charlton and Hull in the middle, the 4 pointers so far this season. No Poku, he's out injured, unfortunately. Canon Rodriguez, Windass all out. There's big names out for Wrexham this week with injuries, which is a big problem for them. I am going to back Wrexham at the racecourse there. They'll be good. They'll get it rocking. But I am going to back Wrexham. I'm going to back them by 3-2 in this one over Queen's Park Rangers and to get over the line. So yeah, backing Wrexham to win this by 3-2 here. Final game is one of the best derbies in the country, and it is Southampton and it is Portsmouth taking on head-to-head, of course. Portsmouth beating Preston last time out. Southampton drawing away at Watford, and they'll be looking to do a lot better. 8th for Portsmouth, 13th for Southampton. That is not something you would have said coming into the start of the season. Maybe as last time these sides did play was a 4-0 win at Fratton Park for Southampton. They did play back in 11-12 championship, was a 2-2 draw and a 1-1 draw back at Fratton Park, 2-2 at St Mary's. No Callum Lang for this one, no Marlon Pack, no Blair either, but I don't think he's part of the full-time squad. No Wellington either. Should be a class game at St Mary's. I think it'd be better at Fratton Park because it might generate a bit more of an atmosphere. Just not saying St Mary's is bad. I'm just saying that it's a bit of a bowl of a ground. And maybe I'm saying St Mary's is bad. I'm saying the Southampton fans aren't bad. So yeah. Tables say yeah. The last time Portsmouth got battered by the Saints, didn't they? Portsmouth are above Southampton by 2 points, so that is a bit of bragging rights early does. But I am going to back Southampton in this one. I'm going quite convincing. I'm going to go for a nice 3-1 home win for the Saints at St Mary's. I think it'll be quite a dominant display from the Saints in this one. They have the experience over Portsmouth in my eyes, but John Messina might they will put up a really good fight, I think, but I think they might just come up trumps. I'm back in Southampton to win this by 3-1. Thank you very much for watching my Game Week 5 Championship predictions. If you did like the video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, do all of that good stuff, and I'll speak to you on the next one, which will be Premier League predictions tomorrow night. So, yeah, don't forget to stay tuned for that. And, yeah, thank you all for watching.